Okay, welcome everyone. This is Rochelle Wilhite. I'm the designated broker for Best Choice Realty. We are going to cover lead generation tonight on tonight's call. We're going to talk a little bit about the Redfin Partnership Agreement, discuss Best Choice Realty's available leads that we're going to do here at Best Choice. And I have to bring back the funnel. It's been years since I had to discuss the funnel, but I'm going to talk about that tonight along with a strategy that we've tested over the last 2 to 3 months that has been working well. So let me go ahead and get the PowerPoint on the screen here. Hopefully you guys can see. On the screen I have the little I have a little squirrel, and the little squirrel represents something that when I used to do lead generation. I used to have to talk about squirrels, and as you get into October, it's time to start hustling and getting those nuts. The nuts really is relationship to the leads that we provide, and as well as the leads that you might be working in your database or in your business. So as little squirrels, when winter comes, you gotta start doing something, and you gotta store them up for winter because it does start to slow down. So this is a perfect opportunity to talk about lead generation with you guys. What works, what doesn't work, talk about different programs that you might be able to take advantage of, and then discuss our lead funnel and how it would work if you wanted to be a part of our lead program. So I'm going to talk about the why, just so you kind of get an idea, and I apologize, I'm just one person today. My little Shannon is out on vacation for today and tomorrow, so I don't have her to control. So if you do hear some background noise, if you could just please mute your line. Let me get back to slide 2. So the why of Best Choice Realty is the reality of lead generation in 2019 going to 2020 is that we do have a way to procure leads through Best Choice Realty, but I kind of want to do this, and so this is kind of the why behind why we're doing this now. Best Choice Realty brokers, we have approximately 300 brokers in our current firm and 30 people in our referral network. So really 300 brokers that focus on production. Of the total 300 brokers, only 177 have a Real Geeks backend system that we build for free. Many of you that maybe joined, a year or 2 ago, maybe didn't know that they have this ability to get this. The only expense you would have to do is to buy your own domain name, which is $20 per year. You could probably get cheaper than that, but that's what is required in order for you to have a Real Geeks backend that we build for free for you. Certainly you guys can have your own back-end systems and your own websites, and we have had many brokers over the last 7 years who have decided, I'm going to go do my own website. That really is not, I've met with a lot of brokers over the years, and I don't think that's really the best way to look at your business. Many of you spend thousands of dollars, money actually, doing stuff, working with designers, working with graphic designers, making sure it's compliant with the Department of Licensing and the MLS. So at this point in time, I think if you don't have this back-end system and you're using it regularly, or you're using a CRM system and doing it regularly, you need to look at other options. Basically, you need to join us and get us at least the starter up and running for you and getting practice at using a database management system. So out of 300, we only have 177 who have taken, so approximately a little over half have actually taken the expense. Have these guys been productive without having a back-end system? The answer is yes. Over 90% of our business at Best Choice Realty comes because of the sphere of influence or the people that you've generated. And so you don't have to have a Real Geek system. You don't have to have a website to be successful in real estate. We have many people that are not part of this 177 that have their own system, have their own database of leads. They maybe even just have business cards, or they have a Rolodex in the day. You don't have to have this to be successful. So the other part that's interesting to kind of know when I'm looking at a lead program here and revisiting it for Best Choice is this gives me extreme heartburn. Only 20 of the 177 check the Real Geeks backend system on a weekly basis. Now you may have your own system and that doesn't obviously equate into this number, but many of you don't even know that you have a backend system. Some of you don't promote it, don't promote their own domain name, because if you would, you probably would get leads coming into your Real Geeks backend system on a regular basis, therefore the need to check it on a more frequent basis. But only 20, when I look back at the last week, only 20 of the 177 actually went in and signed into their Real Geeks backend system. So I have visibility over that. I would say, and again, this might be not very much. Only 10% of the people that use a landing page, like CherylMcLaren.com, JohnSellsSeattle.com. There are many Real Geeks landing pages that we've built. Only 10% of them actually promote their own leads and help in doing that for you. So what I decided to do is we have a pretty good capture of our listings. We have about 40 to 50% of our business at Best Choice Realty is the sell side of the business. And you guys probably don't do a very good job at promoting your listings, especially when we go into the slower market. So I'm willing to spend some money and actually do some more advertising online because I know how to do it. And I've hired an advertising firm that has been helping us for the last 2 to 3 months in building and branding and building ads that are getting into choicehomesforsale.com or some other names that we own. So I obviously don't want to go out and compete with you guys. And I do see the need to look at lead generation because many of you are not promoting your own landing page or your own domain name. So let's look at maybe a better way of doing a lead. So one of the things to consider that I looked at is obviously Redfin's partnership program, which we do participate. We have approximately 20 to 30 Redfin partnership agents on the program right now. They can use the little partnership badge on their signature block. I was able to get this little graphic for today's call. He's in the top. This is in the Western region. We have the #2 spot in Seattle for program. Now we're not getting all the Redfin leads. As you guys probably know, Redfin probably keeps most of their cream of the crop, over 300,000 in their core Seattle, Tacoma, Everett locations. They will assign their cream of their crop to their internal employees. Then what they will do is they will assign or partner with companies like ours, which we agreed to a 30% of the gross commission that goes directly to Redfin. In order for you to participate in their partnership program, you must have closed 5 deals in the past 12 months, and you must be endorsed by me. And you're getting approximately 6 to 8 referrals per month is what they quote you if you join their partnership program. Certainly, just like most lead programs that where we have the greater burden as brokers, partnership arrangement or referral arrangement, 30% is going to go out of the gross commission. So John does a great job, and I don't know what his numbers are, but his partnership, is getting gross volume 12 months. That's a big portion of his business that he gets from the Redfin partnership. So I'm sure Redfin, just like most lead aggregators would, they're going to give the people that convert more leads. So obviously the more you convert, the more leads you would get. So they have what they call a net promoter score. This is an example of a net promoter score. As one of our Redfin partner agents over the last 12 months, they track how well you convert, how well the market is doing, and what Redfin strives for. They put that out there and they send this to you on a regular basis, like your report card. Your 12-month average close rate is 14%, which is excellent. This is one of our top converters. Our market average close rate, this is what average out of internet leads. This is kind of what even Redfin, when they have a pretty good lion's share of the marketplace online, even with them promoting everything they do and getting page 1 rankings on Google and Bing, their market close rate is only 6%. So we're almost double their average close rate with this particular close rate that our agent accepts. They have accepted total requests 213. They've accepted 198. So it's kind of like you accept the lead and then you move on. 93% are accepted and they're referred, and then the market acceptance rate is about 75%. A lot of these numbers don't mean a lot to you, especially if you're not in the program, but that's how detailed Redfin gets with their partnership program. So if you do meet this qualification and you want to participate, all it takes is an email to me from you with your expressing that you want to participate. Like I said, if you're working in the King, Pierce, Snohomish area, you're going to get probably less than the 68 referrals per month. But if you're working in the outlying areas, definitely send me an email or I'll be happy to partner you up. I did speak with their Western Regional Manager just the last couple weeks, and we do have a good relationship. We do pay 30%. We are very honest at how those referrals go out for those relationships. And we certainly have good traction. You can look at their little scoreboard here. So that's what the Redfin partnership is. And we do partner very well with them. But as I'm considering doing a kind of a lead program and revisiting how we do our leads with our advertising firm, I want you to all to kind of understand how the funnel works. I've always been the funnel. That's a background noise, so I apologize, you guys. There's people that join us later. I don't have my Shannon to mute the line. If you are on a cell phone, if you could please mute your line at *6. There we go. Okay, I think I got them. So the simple way for real estate brokers to close more deals is obviously buyers and sellers leads. So those are buyer opportunities. You guys might have these already in your database or in your sphere of influence. Those are, like we've talked about in prior calls, those are your best leads because you don't have the cost of doing business or the cost to generate or the cost per the lead or the cost to put yourself out there and promote your domain name. These are leads that come directly to you to buy a house. There are less sellers going online to buy homes, but many of them go online to search out their value or their home valuation. For the most part, you're going to see, even with Redfin's partnership program, most of the leads they generate are going to be buyer leads. I don't know, John could probably share with us what that looks like for him, but it's about 80% most lead programs that we do. 20% would be sellers, 80% would be buyers. But nonetheless, you have to have a program online that is tailored to both of these types of entities. What we're going to do and what we've started doing for the last 3 months is creating ads that are going to attack social media, Google, text, Messenger, YouTube. All of these leads we're placing advertisements. Currently, I'm paying outside of some of the profit that we're doing at Best Choice to put these ads and use our listings as a way to generate opportunities for buyers agents. And I think you'll start to see some seller leads come through as well. But for the time being, most of these leads are buyer leads. They go into a system, which is Real Geeks. We're using Real Geeks system. And you're going to see that there's going to be leads that convert in that 18 months. If you have leads in your system, maybe you brought over from your past company or other systems that you've worked, if they're older than 18 months, they're almost impossible to convert because they don't remember what website they went on. They're not getting dripped appropriately. And so you really want to look at your leads if you're kind of trying to merge them into one system. Look back and see if the last 30 days you want to kind of get back on a system, and I have some good ideas for you today that you can try. And then if you want to start revisiting the 18-month leads, that's as simple as asking them are you still interested in looking for a home in 2020? You need to start messaging that message either by text, by email, or by phone. Having a conversation. One of my new guys said, Rochelle, I have a database, but I didn't know I was supposed to send them out something. Yes, this is the time to do that. Be like the squirrel and start going after your the easy to reach nuts, the ones that are just laying on the ground. So start gathering those by sending them an email or a text or a phone call and asking them if they have any interest to be in a home in the next year, so 2020. So kind of work your way backwards from that end in mind. It's very easy to have that kind of text message to go out to your old leads or the leads that maybe have not responded in a long time, just with a simple message: are you still interested in buying a home in 2020? Or if you're messaging a seller lead, do you have any interest in selling a home in 2020? And that message needs to go out now. I wouldn't wait on that. I think this is the time to really connect with your database of leads. So now this is kind of talking about the timeline, either the 30-day timeline or the 18-month. If they respond and they say, great, I have some interest, then you need to ask them about the time frame. Take their time frame and cut it in half. If they say, yes, I'm not thinking about doing that until the spring, then you're going to want to, sorry you guys, I apologize, got a few people that jumped on late. Goodness, if you're on a cell phone, if you could mute your line, that would be great. There we go. Sorry. Gosh, I appreciate Shannon when she's gone. There we go. I think I got the muter. Guys, I know I have a hard time hearing too, so it makes it really difficult when you have a cell phone. So let me go back to my slide here with the funnel. So you've got the qualified leads, so you've got them contacted. Real Geeks has a system that manages the contacted, helps you qualify, has text messages, sets up a follow-up reminder, and helps put them at your, kind of that prioritizes what leads you should be spending the most time. And then you still have the work, which is getting them under contract, closing the deal, nurturing the lead, and then getting referrals. And when you look at this funnel, it's overwhelming, honestly, but I found that if you have something that's doing this lead management for you, or if you're willing to pay per month or per lead, you may actually be able to convert more. So I've set up these domain names that are available right now. They're going to be first come, first serve. I already own the domain names. And I have already developed some ads with our advertising company that will be able to we have 12 ads sitting in the queue waiting to go. We don't highlight pending or sold homes with these leads. And the purpose of generating leads would be to generate leads for people who are willing to pay and work for them, buyer leads. So you've got Best Choice Realty Properties, bestchoicerealtyseattle.com. And if you want to generate leads, if you want to not have to pay a 30% split to Redfin or to Best Choice Realty, I can have a contract over to you in the next 24 hours that would have one of these domain names. Goodness gracious, you guys, you got to mute your line for me. *6 to mute if you could, that would be great. The domain names are available and they're first come, first serve, and it's the way that we can route the leads to these domain names, and it would be a $25 per lead. This does not, so let's say you wanted to have Best Choice Realty Seattle.com, but you only wanted to focus on Bellevue or Mercer Island, or you only wanted to focus on Lacey or a certain zip code. I can determine the zip codes just by routing those zip codes to the domain name. Again, it would cost you $25 per lead, and there would not be a referral amount. I'm done trying to manage leads for the company, and also I think it's easier if you just pay per play. So if you want a lead, if you want to participate, we can talk about what that looks like, and there's a contract that you would sign, and then you would own this domain name. It'd be like you're leasing a domain name from me for a period of time. So next, I'll kind of go over the numbers. So what that would look like. We know from lead generation, even with Redfin's lead generation, that there's 1 in 100 leads that will typically close in the next 30 to 45 days. It's just the luck of the draw. It's that way internet leads have always been done. I've been doing internet leads for about 20 some years. Another 5 leads that you get will close in the next 90 days to 18 months. So that's the 5% or the 6% that Redfin pretty much works within. The cost for leads, if you were to get them at $25, which would be $500 per month, is a $2,500 kind of contribution, if you will, where the average commission check is $7,500 if you get a $300,000 sale at 2.5%. When you're having to basically get $5,000 return on your investment, $42,500 on an investment of 18 months is a pretty good. You could build a business plan off of this if you were to actually start the program and start working it and actually paying per lead. Here's the thing we have right now. It's a 30%. You guys all have signed it when you join Best Choice Realty. If I give you an inbound lead, you're going to be paying me $7,500 per deal. So you'd have to convert at a very high level in order for this to be worthwhile for you and for me. And I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't want us to have to go that route if I can basically save you guys money and save me time and hassle as well. So I'd like you guys to consider paying per lead rather than always being on the inbound lead program. I'm going to certainly, I've got these advertising, contract already. I'm generating leads, no problem, but I do need you guys to pay per lead at some point in time. I have a list of people that I've talked to, and they would be much happier paying per lead than paying at the close of escrow 30% to Redfin, to Best Choice, to anybody who's giving. Wouldn't it be nice not have to pay that referral fee out? And so there's a way to do that now. What would the contract look like? Well, let me get the contract up so you can see what that looks like. Give me a second here. There it is. So I know you guys take a while, but it's an addendum to the brokerage agreement where we'd put your name right here. The parties entered in the agreement would be today's date or tomorrow's date or whenever you want to join. It is, again, this is an at-will brokerage agreement, brokerage firm that we have. So again, this is at will. The sales agent has provided the company a credit card authorization. So we have to have a credit card authorization on file, which all of you guys provided to us with the L&I change that we did last month. And the parties agreed to modify the terms of the credit card authorization, allow us to charge your credit card on file if we are generating business. So basically this is an addendum to your brokerage agreement. We would put your website right here. And again, we have some really good ones that you guys could take advantage of. Hereby known as the domain name. This includes access to the CRM, which you guys have access to, the photography, the syndication of our brokerage listings, the site considered as a landing page. The purpose would be for you to use the domain name to conduct your real estate marketing and real estate sales business. The term would be the first day of the month following the date of this addendum, and we would just do it proration, and it would be whatever this is per month. So let's say you only wanted 10 leads a month. You could do that, and then have all of the operation, all of that would be included. You could put what you want on the domain name on that page. Excluded expenses, you could add additional services, materials, photography, that would be at your cost. Sales agent authorized the company to charge the sales agent the credit card if not paid.
Let me get out of this.
Okay, and then the delegation, we would generate and produce a minimum of 25 leads for you. So this is what you would get. Inbound referrals originated and sourced would be exempt. So you would not have to have 30% come out of your closed lead if it came in under this lease domain lead generation agreement. We would create and deploy ads on Facebook and other social media platforms, as well as Google, creating ads, identifying audiences, budgeting, deploying, testing, optimizing, providing you with additional resources, creating the details, providing you with a weekly snapshot if you'd like, and building the effective call and appropriate forms, thank you pages, the follow-up emails, and we would do all of that for you. So again, this is the agreement, if you will, that you could have if you wanted to send me an email and let me know you're interested, I could set that up for you today. And that would be your choice of domain names. You'd have these choices here at this time. So that's kind of the other numbers. That would be what the contract would look like. I told you guys I would end with a strategy that works, that we've already tested and deployed with some of the leads that we've generated already. So even if you decide you don't want to participate, no problem. You're part of Best Choice Realty. I'll give you a look under the cover or look under the hood. And basically, here's the tested follow-up strategy for internet buyers that we have been using, and it's been working really well. Our conversion is very high. The automatic email is set up to go out after you set up. It's actually an automatic text that goes out. It says, hi, blank, it'd be the client's first name. This is, and we insert the agent's name with Best Choice. Would love to assist you. How can I help? That's automatic. The moment the lead is generated, we send that text out. Then we expect that the agent should call that lead within 5 minutes. That's what most lead conversion companies are doing. Within 5 minutes, they are making that initial phone contact. And they're leaving a short and compelling voicemail. We can help you with that if you sign up for the lead program, even if you decide to do the 30%, or if you sign up to do the per lead. One or the other, we will help you in getting a compelling voicemail. That's one of the things that we're going to do in the next conference call series. We also, this is the email that we send. Thanks for checking out my website. Are you looking to buy soon or just browsing at this point? Regards, and then your name. That was what we sent out, and we had an excellent conversion. The next week, this is this GIMS strategy that would be already set up in Real Geeks. If you were to participate, we would have it set up so that you could be reminded what to do next and what you would have to do to follow up. Because the conversion is in the follow-up. For those of you that have worked internet leads before, that's where the rubber meets the road. So the day 2, you would call, but you don't leave a voicemail. You also would in day 2 want to send a text message. This is incorporating text message theory and strategy that we've tested as well. Insert their name of the client. Forgot to ask the other day after you visited the site, are you an investor or are you potentially looking for a house to live in? We get really good response rates off that text message on day 2. And I think it's because of the timing, or it could be just the type of ads that we're placing. Day 3, again, we are not going to let up. You got to be really, really aggressive because we're competing with other companies that are out there generating leads as well. So day 3, we call and we leave another voicemail. So day 2, we're leaving a voicemail, and day 3, we're leaving a voicemail. But by day 6, we are not leaving a voicemail. We only left 2 voicemails in that first week. Well, 3 counting the first one. I'm sorry, 2. We got the first one on day 1. Don't leave a voicemail on day 2, but day 3 we leave a voicemail. So really it's 2 voicemails in that first week. Day 3, we also send an email. Hi, their first name. If it's helpful, I'd be more than willing to walk through a couple of properties with you. I can also connect you to a recommended lender who can answer mortgage questions. Please reply so I know how I may help. And in parentheses, it says no pressure either way. I don't know if it's the no pressure either way or if it's the kind of no nonsense, walk you through, easy to respond, but it's again a very short, sweet email that we send on day 3, and that also is getting really good response rates on that email. Day 6, we call, we don't leave a voicemail. So that's all on the first week of generating a lead. So when if you're participating in the 30% where we're paying Best Choice Realty a 30% for the leads that we generate, or if you're paying per lead, this would be the recommended strategy that we're not going to hold you accountable if you're going to do the pay per lead. You can do what you want with the lead, especially since you paid for it. But that would be the recommended follow-up strategy for internet buyers that we have seen work really well with our leads for the past 3 months. Month 1, so this is what your month 1 looks like. Day 10, call and leave another voicemail. Day 15, call, don't leave a voicemail. On day 17, you'll be reminded to send a text, or we can set it up so it's automatic, goes out. Hey, I've got some time today or tomorrow if you'd like to chat. Does morning or afternoon work better for you? That is the text, plain and simple. And it's getting great responses just with that text message as well. Day 20, an email goes out. I hope you're having a great day. I want to check and see if you have any questions so far. If you see any properties you would like more information, I'm always available and working. I'd love to support in any way. Please reach out at any time. And then you put your signature on the bottom. Day 30, a text goes out of all the properties I've sent you so far. Has anything caught your eye? If not, we can adjust your criteria. Just give me a call. And again, that is what is working for highest conversion. We're talking about a 10% conversion rate of the leads if you're following up with a strategy and you are making those phone calls. Most agents stop at 30 days, but the highest conversion that we found is in the follow-up. Best conversion is about 10 to 15%. Looked like John Ferguson had a great follow-up with his Redfin leads. You need at least 7 touch points to get the lead to reply. Obviously, you're not going to use the strategy or the follow-ups that we have in the slide 10 or slide 9 here. If you have made contact, let's say they respond on day 2 or day 3, certainly you're going to treat them and connect with them in the way that makes the most sense and follow up and get them out to go look at properties, or send them more listings, or set them up on a special home search, or adjust their criteria so that you can connect with them at a reasonable amount of time and at their pace and at their liking. But most people stop at 30, and it's really the follow-up. So some of our top lead converters at Best Choice Realty, they are sending out a monthly newsletter that's fun, that showcases them. They are also sending those home notifications that are automatically being sent out from the system already. The phone is your friend. Most a client, or when an agent or when anybody contacts them, they answer their phone. The phone is their friend. They make proactive phone calls. They send phone messages. They send text messages, and they are not afraid to pick up the phone and make phone calls and prospect. Really, the lead is good as long as it has a valid phone number and a valid email. I've been able to convert leads at a very high level, and I used to do this as my sole business. So if you want to participate, it's not hard to participate. If you're a part of a Best Choice Realty, I'm going to give everybody the same opportunity. Even if you're listening to this as a recording, we do have the 30% inbound lead referral that everybody has signed and agreed to. We have leads that we are generating, and I'm not going to share what zip codes that I'm currently doing, but we have been testing leads available in all the areas that we service. So really the expectations, if you're not going to be paying per lead, is that you're at least going to check Real Geeks, leads.realgeeks.com at least once a week, and follow the touch point strategy that we talked about tonight. And you're going to log in and log that you've made some sort of contact in the last 30 days. You have to go in there if you've had a contact with those leads and log that you have made some sort of connection with them in the last 30 days. Otherwise, I have the opportunity to reassign them to somebody else. And then the gaming of the system, if you do convert something that we gave you, it's not a cheap system. It's a very expensive system to generate leads. When you put ads out and you advertise them, that's probably why you guys haven't done it, is because it is expensive to generate leads. The gaming the system could result in termination from the company if you game it. Certainly, if you have put somebody into your backend system and you have proof that this is your lead, I'm not going to, terminate you guys, but I do need to have a conversation about where those leads came from and how they arrived in your system. And if they did come through those domain names or from the domain names that you guys are running, and we're participating using Real Geeks to generate those leads for you, that's going to be 30% cut unless you have an agreement with me, like I showed you on the screen. If you are interested tonight in the program, because take me about 72 hours to deploy it. So it's not like instant, but you're going to get a lead. But if you are wanting to participate, please send me an email with the zip codes that you would like to work, and whether you would want to do the 30% inbound, or if you'd like to do the contract where you don't have to pay the 30%, you just want to pay per lead using one of those domain names. Just send me an email, Rochelle@bestchoicerealtywa.com, and I'll be happy to get you guys going on that. Just to kind of refresh you, the available domain names are right there. Best Choice Realty Properties, Best Choice Realty Seattle, Tacoma, Best Choice Olympia, Best Choice Tacoma, bestchoicewashington.com. And we don't highlight pending or sold homes. So it's hyper local. It's basically driven on code. We're having to compete with other companies like Zillow, like Redfin, in order to get it. This is a pay per play, or you can let me know about the 30% if you want to do that. If you do have the five closed transactions in your past 12 months, and you are not a Redfin partner program, let's get you on that. There's no harm in signing up and getting that going. It comes through the Redfin website, the Redfin mobile app that comes in that way through the partnership program. You are going to be paying 30% to Redfin. You don't pay Best Choice Realty for that. It's just to Redfin that goes for those types of leads that come in through that portal. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys. If you want the recording, let me know. Just send me an email. I'll be happy to send that to you so you have the templates that have worked. We have tested and vetted those over the last 3 months. And that's what's working right now, that systematic way of connecting with those leads. And I do have Gold Financial, who also is willing to support us. He's willing to sit down with you and help you with converting phone calls into opportunities if you want to prospect. He has a direct contact to the same advertiser that I do. Are you on the call, Keith? Can you unmute your line? He's probably muted because I had so much background noise. But Keith is willing to support you if you want to set up a time where you want to meet with him and he wants to help you with converting some of these leads. He's been doing that with other brokers and it's been working really well. So he's got some time to spend with you. As far as my time is concerned, I'm about working with the advertiser and getting you guys set up on these systems and making sure your leads are coming in strong on a weekly basis. So hopefully this was helpful. If you guys have other questions, shoot me an email and I'll stay on the call a bit longer if you have direct questions. But have a great night, you guys, and we'll look forward to talking with you soon.